Man, oh man. I'll take it.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
But before I get started with this recap, I want to give a huge shout out to these three individuals on the team for making the Pro Bowl this year, starting off with our punter, A.J. Cole, defensive end Mad Max Crosby, and linebacker Denzel Perriman. Man, shout out to all three of these guys for going out there and representing the Raider Nation. I thought we could have possibly had more out there, but hey, I'm okay with these three. It's three new faces that get to represent the black and silver in Las Vegas next year. And my guy Mad Max Crosby was a bit emotional after the game when he finally realized and got to, let it sink in that he's actually going to be a Pro Bowler. And it was really touching.
I was in rehab like almost 2 years ago, and now I'm in a Pro Bowl. Like, it's just a blessing, man. I show up and I try to be the best teammate. I try to be the best teammate every day and show my guys that I care. And it's at home, man. It was it's special. It makes my family proud. My girl, everybody around me is calling, blowing up my phone. I'm like crying like a baby because I just know I've worked so hard.
So again, congratulations to those three guys. Now, I do have an injury update on our safety, Jonathan Abram. He suffered a dislocated shoulder versus the Browns last night. He will undergo an MRI today to determine the severity and if he can continue to play. Now, I'm hoping nothing is too serious. If we were to lose Jonathan Abram, it'll be a huge loss for this defense. I'm just hoping for the best, and if not, you already know the vibes, man. It's next man up. So that's about it for the latest news, and let's get right into your game recap. I'm coming to you right after the Raiders beat the Browns 16-14. We are now 7-7, one game out of the playoff race. Is that kind of crazy? Because we've been struggling these past couple of weeks to even get a W. It kind of feels weird. It kind of feels different because it feels like something new because we've been losing a lot. Lately, we've been getting our asses handed to us, but you know what? I can't complain. A win is a win. Al Davis said it best, right? Just win, baby. And Khalil Mack said it best as well, by any means, and that's what we did. We took that W. Coming into this game, we knew that we would have to establish the run and stop the run against the Browns because we know that Nick Chubb is one of those running backs that could take a run all the way to the house, and that was one guy we definitely need to, neutralize on the playing field, especially because I thought it was going to be a rainy day, but I guess it was a really nice day out in Cleveland today. It was a little bit windy, a little bit cold, but for the most part, we were still able to throw the ball around. Now, the Browns did get the ball first. Nick Mullins is starting, their third string quarterback, and our defense comes out, shows out, and forces a 3-and-out. And we would do that for the most part in the first half of the game. Our offense gets the ball. We drive down the field. Derek Carr tries to scramble into the end zone, but he couldn't. Marcus Mariota even got a play, tried to hand it off to Josh Jacobs for a run. Didn't happen. And then Derek Carr finds Bryan Edwards with a beautiful back shoulder pass for a touchdown. It kind of reminded me so much of the Crabtree days where Derek Carr would just throw up a fade pass to Crabtree in the end zone, and Crabtree would most likely come down with it 90% of the time. For most of the first half, our defense would come through and put their team on their backs, forcing 3-and-outs, 3-and-outs, and 3-and-outs. And our offense was just stagnant. We weren't able to drive down the field or even score points for the most part. And I know that in due part is because most of our receivers had break hands out there. It wasn't really helping Derek Carr out there. Now, Derek Carr wasn't perfect out there either. There was a lot of drop passes from Bryan Edwards, Zay Jones, Foster Moreau as well, man. It was just really stressful to watch. Right before the half, we were driving down the field. We were in the red zone, and we still weren't able to get the ball into the end zone. We had to settle for a Daniel Carlson field goal. The Browns get the ball right back, and they drive down the field. In field goal range, about to kick the ball. We ice the kicker, and he ends up missing right before the half, and the Raiders were up 10-0. And at this point, it was kind of getting frustrating to see this offense not doing anything on the offensive side of the ball, trying to drive down the field and score points because our defense was doing their jobs, and it just seemed like our offense wasn't keeping that same energy. This game shouldn't have been that close at all. 10-0. I felt like it should have been like 20-0 at that time. But you know what? Going into the second half, I was just hoping that this offense could step up. But what did we end up doing? We go out there and we have back-to-back drops from Deshaun Jackson and Bryan Edwards. My goodness, man. It definitely shows that we don't have a wide receiver one out there. Deshaun Jackson, since he came to this team, has really done nothing for us. Had one really good game against the Cowboys, but other than that, this dude could not do nothing out there. A wide open ball. he drops it. Derek Carr puts it right in his hands and he drops the ball. We were forced to punt the ball away, but we ended up faking it. Dallin Levitt got a run for a first down. I was like, okay, we being a little bit aggressive here. We drive down the field and then Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah ends up forcing a fumble on Derek Carr. Now, Derek Carr did get shaken up with this play and I was thinking, oh shoot, it's the Oos's time. It's about that time for the Flying Hawaiian. My cousin about to have his time to shine, but I guess Derek Carr was good and he just walked it off. Now, getting back to the field, Nick Chubb starts heating up. He gets a 24-yard carry, putting him right at the goal line to basically score. David Njoku gets the ball, which I thought was a touchdown, but apparently he was out of bounds. And then they was like, you know what, let's just hand it right back off to Nick Chubb, and he scores their first touchdown of the game, and they're down 10-7. The Raiders get the ball back, they drive down the field, and what do? They settle for a field goal like they always do, and we go up 13-7. But no worries, because you know what? Our defense that's been showing up the whole game put the team on their back again and gave the ball right back to this offense, forcing the Browns to go 3 and out again. And the offense, being as trash as they are, don't do nothing with that, and we punt the ball right back to the Browns, and the Browns find a way to drive down the field again. Nick Chubb gets a touchdown, was called back, and then on a 4th down, Nick Mullins finds his tight end wide open in the end zone, and they go up 14-13. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I don't want to hear nothing about this defense, because the offense has so many chances to go out there and score points, but they still weren't able to do that. So at this point, I'm just sitting back, relaxing. The game is on the line. If there's anybody that we want to go out there to win this game for us, it's Derek Carr. And if there's anybody that wants it more, it's him. Even though this offense has been non-existent throughout the whole game, this is the time for them to step up or shut up. And what do? Derek Carr heaves that bitch down the field and it gets intercepted. Greedy Williams intercepts the ball, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there goes the game. There goes the game. We put all our faith in Derek Carr to go out there. We put all our faith in this offense to go out there and make plays, and he throws an interception. A deep bomb pass like that, which I don't understand, because we had so much time on the clock. We had timeout still, and we had a whole field to drive down the field just to get a field goal, and they want to heave the ball downfield in double coverage. There's 2 defenders over there, and I don't know why he thought he could get the ball off over there, but I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, let's see if this defense can bail out the offense again. And the defense did just that. Shout out to the defense, because they were they made a big impact in this game, because if they did not get that stop on the Browns again, we wouldn't even be talking about giving Derek Carr another chance to go down the field and win the game, because that's exactly what we did. Derek Carr got the ball right back because the defense did their jobs. He drove down the field. Zay Jones, even though he had butterfingers throughout the whole game, he came through with some clutch catches as well. And Daniel Carlson, shout out to Daniel Carlson for kicking 2 big field goals to win the game. And the Raiders, at the end of the day, took that W. So with all that being said, I would just say that I'm happy that we won this game. Al Davis said the bench just win, baby, and that's what we did today. But we need to be better. The offense, I'm telling you, has got to be better all around. I'm not just blaming one person. I'm blaming Derek Carr, I'm blaming the wide receivers, and I'm blaming the play calling. This offense has been our Achilles heel. Is that kind of crazy to actually say? I mean, it's crazy for me to actually say, that the offense is our weakest link on the team. The defense came through the most today. Yes, they gave up 14 points, but our offense only scored 16 points. Off of all those 3 and outs that we forced, only 16 points. That is unacceptable. We've got to be better if we want any chance of making the playoffs. We hold our own destiny right now, and it's great to see that we are 7-7, only 1 game out of the playoff race right now, and each and every single game here on out is a must-win game. It's not going to be easy, and if we keep playing like we did today, we're not going to the playoffs, and that's a fact. We got the Denver Broncos on a short week, and then we got the Indianapolis Colts, who I'm really scared to play because they have Jonathan Taylor, the #1 running back in the NFL. Heck, could even be the MVP of the NFL right now. And then we got the Chargers, a team that, can go back and forth. It's a divisional game. We never know. That game alone might be the game that determines whether we go in or not. But we got to handle business 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time. So I just hope we could get the job done.
Neck in my back.
Woo-wee. Now it's been a while since I had this segment on here because we've been losing quite a lot in the last couple of weeks, but it's good that I could bring to you guys the my neck and my back play of the game, I gotta give a huge shout out to Bryan Edwards. Even though he's been butterfingers out there for the most part, he had a beautiful touchdown catch from Derek Carr and the end zone for our only touchdown of the game. Roll the clip.
Carr throwing back shoulder. Edwards goes up and makes the catch.
My neck and my back.
Touchdown Raiders.
Like I said in my recap video, that play really reminded me of the Carr to Crabtree connection back in the days. Hopefully Bryan Edwards can have more of those moving forward for the rest of the season, because we're definitely going to need that, because we ain't got no other weapons out there anyways. So shout out to Derek Carr and Bryan Edwards for getting the my neck and my back play of the game.
MVP, up in 16 rings, we must stomp a pussy.
Now for your MVP of the game, I asked the nation who they thought the MVP should go to, and they all agreed that the MVP to this game has got to be our kicker, Daniel Carlson, for coming through when we needed him to the most, having some huge field goals. He had 3 field goals in this game, 1 extra point, but he had 1 huge game-winning field goal to end the game, and he got iced by the Browns and still went out there and kicked the ball through the upright for the W. So shout out to Daniel Carlson for getting the MVP of the game. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this video. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Are you guys excited? Do you guys have a little bit of hope now of going out there and winning this week, later on this week against the Broncos? Let me know down in the comments below. With that being said, if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next video, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.